All right, green-black oven. So we played this earlier this week, I think. It was easily some of the sweetest, grindiest games of Magic I played in a long time. So our grindy elements here are Trail of Crumbs, like in Standard. We've got Midnight Reaper, along with Cauldron Familiar to gain lots of life. We've got Journey of Eternity here, one of our historic cards in this deck that generates value by returning our things back to play after they die. Desecrated Tomb gives us a bat every time Cauldron Familiar loops. We've got Ayara here, which helps drain them faster with the cat. She can also eat the bats to draw cards, and she drains life. So if you do the Cauldron Familiar loop with Ayara and Desecrated Tomb out, you drain them for 3, which is sweet. And then we've got Cavalier of Night at the top end here as a sweet card that we can get back again and again and again with the Cave of Eternity, as well as recover things like Ayara and Midnight Reaper back from the discard pile. So let's go ahead and jump on into some matches with some more green-black oven and see how it goes. Ended up throwing this one up on the website the other day after we had a good run with it, so hopefully we have a follow-up good run. Lots of people in chat have been saying that they've been playing it and having good success with it, so thinking it wasn't a fluke, hopefully. No, Fearburger. If a card has a borderless option planned, but it's not yet available, it shows it in client and tells you it's not yet available. So the cards that just straight up don't have the option aren't planned currently. Good Todd and bad Todd is a good shortcut. Can you emphasize when Journey is good and when it's not? Journey is good when you are trying to be long and grindy in your games that are going to take a while. Journey is not good against aggressive decks that are trying to run you down before you can get to the mid to long game. I'm probably supposed to mulligan this. The hand just doesn't really do anything, and like trophying your opponent early often sucks. It's not something you really want to be doing. I have no idea, Fearburger. So, just to set the record straight there, Stegall, I don't think the new twin for these non-rotating formats is necessarily has to be a miss on Wizards of the Coast part. If Wizards was going to stop printing every card that had a powerful interaction in non-rotating formats, it's just not feasible, and they would have to stop printing lots of things. The failure on Wizards of the Coast part, in my opinion, here's the asterisk where we strap my liability hat on, is if they fail to address the issues that get created. So, to be clear, creating issues is not a big deal. It's expected to happen from time to time in a game like Magic with the deep card pool that we have. However, they need to address the issues that they create. When they let the format sit there and rot with the issues they've created, then they've made a mistake, in my opinion.
Close your eyes and listen to the sounds of the wild.
Here's hoping, Guacamole Tacos. This is, it's gonna be a tough one on the draw here. They have a pretty aggressive start, and I'm giving them an extra land. Yes, a good standard should be their focus, even if they've kind of been failing at that focus recently. And then the other formats just to say, oh, we made a mistake, let's fix it. Hey, Kethris, thanks for the 7 months of support there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I feel like we're probably just dead here. I guess I could find like a cat here and maybe be okay. Goose, sure. Goose chump blocks, and then like it plays the Cavalier, maybe. So I can like block here and then take 8 and go to 3. So if they have anything, we're dead. I agree, Ranting Bob. And in general, I'm in big agreement with that. All right, so Midnight Reaper's not stellar here against an aggressively slanted deck. This is an example of a place where Journey to Eternity is not necessarily stellar because they're running us down. I'm going to bring in the extra trophy. I think this is fine. Run it. I gave the feedback to my Twitch rep that ideally... I would like to see a board for who has how many shillings. So that way I can track it, get an idea for how many people are going for Shillionaire and how many big decks I'm going to have to give out the end of next year. Yeah, so for the twin reference, for those not familiar with Magic's history, is there is a 2-card combo in Modern that is banned called Splinter Twin that is a 2-card infinite combo. They also banned the 2-card infinite combo that would have been present in Pioneer as well. Thanks for the 4 months, Elian. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, Shillionaire comes with a custom Discord title and a deck added to the queue of your choosing with 100 points. Asterisk, I reserve the right to refuse decks that you submit if they're terrible. As when people submit things with money. Justin may or may not largely be the reason that I reject a lot of decks. Hopefully they play something with 3 toughness here. 1, 2, or 3 toughness. Alright, sweet. Time to get a little baddie, chat. Actually, here's a fun thing. I almost tweeted this. This is gonna make chat get a little crazy. How many deck lists do you think I had submitted in 2019? How many times was my deck list form submitted? Not decks accepted and played, but submissions. All right, so I have 3. So I need to loop this, and then I can Massacre Girl, and then everything dies. A lot of people actually guessing way too high. I think I saw 1,500 in there. There are about 1,300 deck list submissions. Over the course of 2019. Actually, an interesting metric would be, I should go back and look and see how many decks did we actually play. I don't know that metric offhand. Don't actually know what that number is. Yeah, that would actually be a good metric, a fun metric to go track down. Is how many did I play? Yeah, I should be able to figure it out on YouTube. Yeah, Massacre Girl eats eggs for breakfast, which is nice. Read. Oh, that's a good one. Ovening the cat in response to the... Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. I could have ovened the cat in response to... Yeah, you're correct. Wow, do they have nothing? How is that even possible? I did watch all of the Witcher series through on Netflix. It was fine. The fact that it was multiple timelines was really confusing and unnecessary. Yeah, maybe they overboarded and just have a bunch of removal in their hand. I could see that. They could also just be super flooded, right? The timeline switches were a mess, and the ending felt like they just like stopped right in the middle. Like it felt like they released half a season. Well, they passed. Need to kill this questing beast. Don't have time to take another hit from that. And then Trail of Crumbs will let us start generating a lot of card advantage here. The first season is based on the first 2 books, which are short story background fillers of the characters, and they haven't gotten to the main story yet. Weird. I think even if they thought they wanted to do what they were doing, they should have been more clear that the sequence, the scenes weren't linear to start. I think they also did a really poor job, like, introducing the world and, like, what different things mean. Like, I watched 8 episodes, and I'm not even sure I could tell you fully what a Witcher is. To the person who messaged me 5 minutes ago and asked why you were banned, I told you why you were banned when you got banned, and that's you posted Todd Stevens emotes in my chat for being above the board. If you wanna support people like him, I don't want you to be welcome here, because people like him don't make folks feel welcome in a lot of other places. So maybe you're unaware who Todd was, and that's okay. Knowledge is power. But if you're aware who he is and you support him, you don't need to be in my chat. And if you're a new viewer at home who's not familiar with Todd Stevens and you're wondering what I'm saying, you should Google his name. Information is powerful. All right, do I want to keep this? I think I'm bottoming this for now, huh? Because I don't have a cat yet. Hey, Socio Penguin, thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Bump a leggy stick. We do actually have Storm back in the queue. Be happy to bump that one up. You think I should kill the Lovestruck Beast? Maybe? Yeah. I mean, I'm not the #1 Magic streamer right now. I think Newmont is. Newmont and Caleb float at or above me. Yeah, Newmont's live. I think I'm just passing here, huh? We're just gonna Noxious Grasp one of these. And then next turn, we can, Oh, I actually could kill this. And then they just can't attack. Yes, Newmont and Caleb are both good people. Agree with that assessment. I've never interacted with Newmont on a personal level, but I've interacted with Durward a number of times. Newmont is Kenji. I can't pronounce Kenji's last name. Newmont the Nummy on Twitch. So use my health total as a little bit of resource here and take this hit. And then at the end step, I'm going to trophy this. So this way they don't have a land to play the other Lovestruck Beast this turn. So I'm going to fetch here. And then grab a forest and trophy this beast because it's killing me. But I didn't trophy it before combat because I didn't want them to be able to play this off the land that they fetch. Drawing Massacre Girl is a good line. Oh, Boshek. Oh, I like when chat calls good shots for me instead of bad. Y'all are great. So Obs should have held the Assassin's Trophy. Obs should have held the Assassin's Trophy. You believe people can change for the better. All right, so just to make it very clear where I stand on people like Todd, I do believe people can change for the better, but I also don't think a community of people that you have hurt is obligated to help you on your process to self-recovery. And a children's card game that is a luxury hobby like Magic the Gathering is not required to accept you back with open arms after you've hurt people in it. I'm not saying when people do something awful, you should throw them away and never welcome them back into society. However, I am saying that being part of a game like Magic is a luxury and a privilege, and you can and should be able to have that privilege removed if you do something awful. And step one to coming back into anywhere is actually being repentant. And saying, hey, I did this terrible thing, and I'm sorry for this terrible thing that I did, and what I did was wrong. So I really wanted to draw a 1-mana creature like a goose or a cat. But I guess that actually doesn't matter, because Cavalier killing this doesn't work anyways. I think I'm starting with this. Maybe actually, you know what? Maybe I should have taken the maybe I should have taken that that Desecrated Tomb, so that way I could start making bats to block this. That's very possible. This is currently giving me a bit of a hard time. Fisher Swamp, thanks for the brand new Prime Support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. So I can do this, and I can do... I'm gonna be dead. We're going to be dead to any burn spell here, but if they don't have a burn spell, Cavalier plus this food are probably going to pull us out of this game. Sure, that doesn't cast a burn spell. Okay, yep. And so then this turn, I get to attack with this Cavalier, gain 4, and then I play Cavalier, sack Cavalier, kill this egg, and then when the Cavalier dies, it's gonna bring a goose back into play as a blocker and a food generator. And I think I'm not ovening at this point. I'm just playing this tapped, and I'm planning to sack this food and draw a card this turn. I could get in a little bit of trouble if they have Lava Coil plus another burn spell and exile this, but outside of this getting exiled, I feel like we've stabilized a good bit here. And like, if we stabilize, these Trail of Crumbs should take over the game. They do have great henge to keep up a little bit here, so it's not just a freebie, but I do feel like we're kind of ahead getting to untap here. I guess their board's pretty big. Looking for a cat? Cats, and things to make bats. That's a good draw. Okay, so I get to do this. I get to do this. All right, this might be greedy. I'm going to cast Sleight of Hand to start. Sick. Sick. I think I don't need another cat here, and I'm just gonna trophy this. Almost misclicked on an elf there. That would have been bad. Is the second oven better than the second cat? I don't know. Maybe? Yeah, maybe. I clicked quickly. Maybe. I think that assessment might be correct. The second oven's better than a second cat. I don't know if we're fully in garbage time yet. Yep. Am I dead? This is 11. Alright, don't have a burn spell. That's really good. So I need another Cavalier. Oh! All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. All right. So I'd like to stack that one. I would like to eat a food with this to start. I think maybe. Cats just gave me life. Let's grab cats. Untapped land sounds great. Need plenty of mana right now. Oh, Massacre Girl is so good. Just unreal good. Go. I'm glad this deck did not disappoint the second time coming back to it. It's just such a treat. Just the number of... Why is it showing me the rewards for the third time? I already opened the booster packs. I opened them before you showed me the first time, Magic Arena. There still aren't booster packs over here because I already opened them. God bless America. Massacre Girl's back must be hurting from solo carrying those games. Yep. In hands great. Submit a deck list now. What are the odds it gets played today? If you submit a historic deck today with a $100 donation, I will play it today, Crunchy. That is the cut the line price for the current format we're playing. Always remember, if you wanted something played tomorrow or the day after, it's much cheaper than that. We'll be back to historic again on Thursday. But yeah, definitely open for any and all cut the lines this week. When's Standard happening? Standard is happening tomorrow. And to get in a Standard deck for tomorrow, you just have to beat whatever the top deck in the queue is, which is, looks like Red Green Sarkin currently has 31 points. So to be the first deck for Standard portion tomorrow, it'd be a $33 donation. Yep. And as always, if you're ever wondering what formats I'm playing when, you can always check out my schedule on my website here. Standards closed for tiny donations. We're honest about the capitalism on this stream, so big donations are always okay for any format. So now that flips over and it ramps us up here a little bit, which is nice. A little bit out of gas at this point, but you know, Ayara, Desecrated Tomb, Cavalier, any of these cards get us into the game really nicely. You think when they ban Nexus of Fate and Historic, they'll refund my hours of the life? Ooh, that's a perfect draw. Things I would like to do. Draw some cards. Thanks, Jedi. If you haven't seen this deck before and you enjoy playing sweet historic decks, this is one of the many sweet historic decks you can find on my website, jeffhoagland.com. Click historic decks in the main navigation at the top. Yeah, that's probably super reasonable, Crunchy. Yeah, not surprised to see this double up because they want to trample over my cats. Please attack me. Please attack me. Please attack me. I think this attack is bad because this attack lets me spend another food getting a cat back and triggering my Trail of Crumbs. So I think this is a mistake on my opponent's part because they allowed me to do this here. Like, obviously, it gets rid of my food, but it lets me use my mana efficiently. And, like, my food are resources that, like, don't really matter at the moment. They are largely there to do exactly this. Oh, you should have double blocked it. Yeah, that's a good call. I should have double blocked it. They would have had the opportunity to see what I was doing, but I didn't. I could have given my opponent the chance to make a mistake, and I didn't. So if I double block it, they can choose not to kill both cats if they see the line. But they might have done that and doubled down on their mistake, yeah. Selinare, thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate the continued support. Welcome back. Hope your New Year's Eve is going well. Huh? I don't want a sideboard here. Feel like a lot of our deck is just probably pretty good against what they're doing. Probably don't need as many Cavalier of Night, perhaps. They probably don't have that many high-quality things that I need to kill. I definitely want this extra removal against what's likely a Nissa deck. Definitely want Massacre Girl against a deck with Nissa and Mana Dorks in it. Yeah, cat makes evasion a lot better. For sure. I think it has auto-assign combat damage on by default. That sounds right. What do I want to cut here? Yeah, that's true. They could, especially if they have fastness on the play, Midnight Reaper's life loss could be a liability. Yeah, I like that. Can I be added as a friend? No, I like my friends list on Arena to resemble my real life and say 0. Casualties could be okay here. This is just a mulligan, just doesn't really do anything. Can't even play Goose on 1. Can I have the 7 back? Can I unmulligan? Is that an option? Go into 5, chat. Go into 5. Feels magic, man. Okay. I mean, if we find a Trail of Crumbs, we can recover from this. Like, I mean, all things considered, like, we're a Trail of Crumbs from really being in this game. Can I get hats off to the London Mulligan for allowing us to, like, actually play a game of Magic while starting on 4 cards? Right, we might not necessarily win this game, but the fact that we, like, played a game, like, pre-London Mulligan, you just wouldn't even be playing a game here. They mulliganed to 6. They had turn 1 elves. They had 4 cards in their hand on turn 1 because they had an elf. Diddled my goose, chat. They diddled my goose. If we don't find a Trail of Crumbs or a Cavalier or a Massacre Girl here, we're going to be in trouble. But if we find any of those things I just listed, we could be okay. Another cat. Not quite what we're looking for. Rude. Yeah, I have to imagine a matchup like what our opponent's playing is probably pretty good for us on average. They're playing a lot of pretty dirtily cards, and our deck, like with Trail and Journey, is like kind of the king of dirtle. I'm waiting till we come back to my turn to bring these back, because I could draw a Trail of Crumbs. He's like 2 of our 3 or 4 forests. That's such a tilt. Extra unlucky. One of our other forests on the bottom, right? Because I mulliganed it. I'm mulliganed to Swamp. Block here. Bake the cat. That's probably the game. Our kitties don't beat Hydras, chat. All right, let's take game 3 of the play. It's just letting you know, Zintoth. It's just putting your options on the table and letting you know what you could be doing. Oh, there was a tip from Thanks that I missed at some point. Sorry about that. For Jeskai, control and standard, give the king what he wants. Sounds good. Sure. Tian needs an oven and some land, but it's kind of absurd if it finds those things. Perfect. No, I just missed your message, Crunchy. Sorry, I was checking a thing. Is there any point in submitting the form, or should I just donate now? If you're doing a big donation, feel free to just ship it through. Sorry about that. Missed your first one. What are cards that could realistically play that punish me for just jamming this? Brazen Borrower? Brazen Borrower would punish me. I'm gonna hang tight. I'm just gonna crack this food this turn and try and draw for an oven, I think. Yeah, they could have enchantment destruction too. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit on this until we find a thing. Metafex, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Counter spells really aren't a big deal because counter spells are just 1-for-1s. I'm more thinking about things that like 2-for-1 me. Looking for an oven here to stick our cats in. I'm gonna take her for now, even though I'm currently missing the... Well, I guess I don't have more food. Just saying, I can take her even though I'm missing the black, because I will get one off of this, but without the oven, I don't have an engine going, huh? Awkward. Yeah, I think that's true. Any artifact or enchantment destruction they have are coming in here. I've got a ton of artifacts and enchantments. I guess with that in mind, not having any other food, maybe I'm supposed to take the cemetery. They have a Nissa this turn. I've got Rider to ride her down, which is nice. Well, they don't have a third land either. That's great for me. So far today, it's just been used for mana, but we have gotten back creatures with it. in past sets. I'm going to go ahead and pass here, and I'm going to Rider this during their upkeep. And the reason why the sequencing choice like this is, so this way if they do have a counterspell, they have to spend the mana on their turn. It's like if they have like a negate here. Yeah. I mean, we're kind of in the market for a 3-mana ramp spell, bring our creature back a lot of the time. Like, that's fine. This deck's very mana hungry. A lot of the oven decks in Standard tend to play... a lot of the oven decks in Standard tend to play a lot of extra acceleration past just Goose. So, like, the fact that this is an acceleration spell that doesn't just accelerate is really nice. Massacre Girl would be absurd. Here, yep. I think I'm just going to go ahead and jam my Journey here now. Just like, hope they don't have Brazen Borrower. Or a Disenchant. Well, at least Thrashy Bee's not killing my other thing. Massacre Girl would be our best top deck. Maybe I want a third copy of her. Okay, didn't get negated. Step 1. That's really unfortunate. Woof. Even a Murderous Rider would have been okay there to kill this.
The land bestows opportunity for those who are worthy.
I mean, our deck's definitely a deck that can beat Anissa Ultimate between Massacre Girl and Desecrated Tomb blocking a bunch, so... Yep. So, not conceding here. We're definitely behind, but the game's not over. They have a second Nissa here, I'd assume. Sure.
In this land, we are all connected. Rise, my elemental friend.
I'm gonna leave one cat in play just in case we draw a Vid. Hey, Crunchy, thanks for the big tip. I appreciate that. Welcome. Hope you're in a good one wherever you're at. And get your thing up first thing tomorrow. I think I just play this land and pass here. This isn't blocking, so I'm going to send it over this way. Oh, I'm dumb. Right? It doesn't really matter. So I'm getting attacked for 15 this turn. They have a large Hydra here, which is possible. We're probably just dead. Yeah, that is the most wild part, where it's just like, well, we're still playing a game.
Nature is beautiful.
Yeah, Massacre Girl still potentially drags us kicking and screaming back in.
Harness the elements.
Yeah, New Year's Eve night Hoagland stream. No, I plan to be back again tomorrow at 8 a.m. So I think I'm going to do one more deck after this, like one more match. And then one more deck after this, but... So they can kill my oven, I guess. Sure. Goose makes a food to give me looks at stuff next turn. This is too little, too late. This could be my ticket to Massacre Girling over and over and over again if we find it. We might just want Infinite Massacre Girl in the 75, yeah. It might just be a card that we're just like, yes, I want all of them, please. How many do you want? Yes. Yep. Close game, considering how long we looked for lots of different things and failed to find them. Let's put some more Massacre Rolls in the set. Hey, thank you for the 24 months of support, Jesus. Welcome back. I'm gonna go to 3-2 in the main deck here. Perfect. Yeah, I think we do just want 4. I think in the Nissa matchups, it's just like one of your best cards. We see enough cards, we're gonna find it pretty consistently. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with all the lines I took that game. I don't know that I had better lines with the cards that I drew. That's kind of how it goes sometimes. Sure. If we're really good, we'll draw a Goose on 1. Is this the same person we just played? I feel like I recognize this username. If this isn't the person we just played, we played them earlier. Okay, yeah, it's the girl deck. Hey, look, it's a matchup where we're happy to have a bunch of Massacre Girls. Although I guess Cavalier is pretty good in this matchup too. I think we might be dead, chat. Okay. Can we survive long enough to make that card happen? I think we might be able to here, huh? So we're into 4 here. Massacre Girl in the main, already paying dividends here. She's pretty good. Pretty good. Don't want Journey against the aggressive deck. Is it just is this too many? Is this too many pieces of beef up here? This might be too many chunkers at the top end in this matchup. Maybe Ayara's a little bit worse than Massacre Girl. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just play all 4. Nah, I think I want Cav. Cav being able to kill questing beasts is nice, and it can really stabilize my life total early. I really stabilize my life total in the mid game, not early. Journey is not good against the aggressive decks. As much as I want to hold on to that feeling, do-do, do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, I agree, Lieutenant Bird. The lifelink on that card is huge. Mulligan that first tank, that just didn't do anything for a while. I think we need cans that impact the board faster than the last one. We were pretty fortunate to win that first game, not impacting that board for as long as we did. Read. I think I'm in for that. I've got 2 removal spells in my hand lined up, especially if this goose lives. The goose can just like tap, eat a food, activate trail, which is nice. I'm going to eat a food here proactively, because if I find a cat or an oven, I can put it into play this turn. Goose accelerates us into the Cavalier, and then Cavalier eats the goose to kill something next turn, which is great. If they have a Questerson, they can hit us for 9 and put us down to 7. Yeah, that's another red Soarers. If they take us to Cleveland next turn, we could be in trouble, but I think I just gotta I think I just gotta jam this for this turn. And then I'm going to go ahead and kill Pelt Collector here as opposed to Burning Tree Emissary, because if I kill Burning Tree Emissary, the Pelt Collector becomes a 3/3 and the Pelt Collector can just get bigger. So it's like killing the 3/3, or killing the better of their threats anyways. Yeah, let's see. If they don't kill us this turn with like an Embercleave, the game's pretty over. All right, I'm going to restart the client really quick. While I do that, I would just like to say good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're out in the world. Hope you're enjoying your New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream Magic full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. We focus on Magic's constructed formats here, standard and historic on Magic Arena, largely Pioneer on Magic Online these days. As always, love to give a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors really quick. BCW Supplies, the only ones I trust to protect my paper trading cards using code HOGLANDIA at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on sleeves, binders, and deck boxes with them. Cardsphere.com is a peer-to-peer trading network that love to help you turn your cards into other cards or with other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. And of course, the Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series focuses on Paper Magic's non-rotating formats such as Pioneer, Modern, and Legacy. You can find their back-to-back 5K tournaments every single month in the Midwestern United States. You can also find them streaming their event coverage every single month at twitch.tv/NRG Series. And of course,
don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
Look at that flawless timing. Dab, dab, my children. Dab, dab, dab. Dab, 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 dab. Dab, dab, dabison. Dab, 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 dab. Dab, 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 dab. This hand is, how the kids would say, lit AF, fam. This is just everything you want to see in your opener with this deck. A lot of people have been asking for my thoughts on various spoilers. I will be doing a full write-up on my thought from the first week of big spoiler season that we've had here for Cool Stuff Inc. for next week. So probably look for that early next week on their website. Call. I think I do this, and I plan to just sleight a hand with the Goose here at end of turn. I expect they'll go land, 3-drop, make this a 2-2. But then next turn I can deploy the Witch's Oven with an untapped land and start cycling the Cauldron Familiar, generating more card advantage as we go. Yep. As expected. Ah, yeah, Journey's great, huh? Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Do do. Do 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 do. I'm gonna do this, looking for an untapped land that doesn't hurt me. Yeah, I guess I'm in for that. Hey, Sam Wiley, thanks for the 2/3 of a year of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. This is looking like another matchup where Massacre Girl is just like an ace that's gonna pop up at some point for us. So we're going to block Pelt Collector, take a total of 4 once we drain them with the cat again, down to 13. We'll pop the cat back up into play, trigger the Trail of Breadcrumbs. Looking for mana at this point. Or that. Things we'll take that aren't lands. That one. That one. We'll take that one even though it's not a land. I also haven't played a land yet for the turn, right? So I can sleight a hand here. Sick. Go. Big Fudge. Thanks for the 10 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hope you're having an excellent New Year's Eve wherever you're at in the world. The engine in this deck is just so grossly powerful. When it gets humming along, it's just
I've survived an apocalypse.
Yeah, Desecrated Tomb would be a good one to pick up. 6 mana, eh? What you got? What's scary? What creature are you committing to the board? A Hydra? Are they playing like a Hydra and doubling it? I'm trying to think like what creature they could play out here that doesn't just get massacred next turn. That just dies, right? I guess maybe they just want to cantrip it and they don't care. It's dead, Jim.
My, how you've grown.
If I block like this and then bring the cat back, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 things that die, which means this'll die and this'll die and this'll die. Okay, so this is fine. Alright, so I want to full control mode this, because the way this works, I can put her into play, and then with her trigger on the stack, I sack the cat to the oven. So then... Wait, why doesn't that work? Are you kidding me? That's fine, I can bring the cat back, it's fine. The effect is part of the trigger. Okay, yeah, you're right. That's why it doesn't work. Okay, so I could have sacked the goose in response to her second trigger. So that's what I should have done. So I should have sacked the goose in response to her second trigger. So I should have let the first trigger happen, and then that's what I should have. I should have let the first trigger happen, kill the cat, and then I could sack the goose. That's how it would have worked, right? Yeah. Because the delayed trigger is part of the first trigger happening. Okay, sweet. Look at that. We learned something. I was heading in the right direction, but got part of it wrong.
Stomping time.
All right, so I'm gonna go land. Massacre Girl hit this because she has menace. Bake Massacre Girl.
You've made a dangerous enemy.
Cauldron Familiar. Come on back. Backup Massacre Girl for later. Play Cavalier. Sack the cat. Kill the questing beast. Alright, garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And then Cavalier does what it does best, which is just like gaining us a ton of life to put this game really far out of reach. To play this other Trail of Crumbs out. What does the flip land do? It can spend 5 mana to return a creature from my graveyard to the battlefield. Our value engine is just like infinitely superior to theirs. Even if they have a pretty good turn here, we're gonna come out really far ahead. This is the same deck we played the other day. Yep. Someone added it back into the queue because it was a sweet one. Yep, Flip Journey with Massacre Girl generates a lot of value in the long term. Okay, this game is over. We just are still going to continue taking game actions for a little bit. Alright, what are my last 2 cuts here? I probably want all 4 trophies. Maybe I don't need Ayara. She's a little clunky and doesn't play defensively well. You can bring in my one of fun of casualties. This seems fine. Yeah, I think I'm into it. Yeah, I don't know about Rec Sage. I feel like I'd rather just have my removal. Like, what would you have me cut for the Rec Sage? That is the key question. This is fine. Not super excited to fight it. They're super aggressive, and I don't draw well. We could get run out, but Oven plus Trail is a good start. Casualties? Maybe. I like the Casualties kills the thing that actually kills me. That was like the best draw in our deck. Yeah, debatable whether or not this or Cat were the best draw, but either of those were good draws. Did you ever play Rec Sage with Yarok? I don't think we did. If I recall correctly. I'd bet dollars there's a good chance this is gonna be a concession Massacre Girl. If I twas a gambling man, and I play Magic the Gathering, so that would imply I am a gambling man. Look for like a cat here. Sure. That is a danger of how I've sideboarded here a little bit, is that in these post-board games, Trail of Crumbs is slightly worse. Let's go dig in for a cat or another trail. There's a number of cards that Trail just doesn't find. I guess with this series, I can't Massacre Girl on 4 now. Maybe this is wrong. Welcome to the party, cat. Got other plans at the moment. And this is the part of the game where, like, my opponent can no longer win the game, but, like, you know, sure. The Barkhide Troll has survived. Block. I could have sacked the girl to kill the troll. Oh, that's a good call. I'd be up to food that way, right? Here's money to put this deck back in the queue for the next Historic Day. Sounds good, Punchworthy. I appreciate it. For keeping me around. Jana Hotbox, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Don't mind me. I'll just be over here drawing some cards. Drawing some cards. Woohoo! Things are about to get a little batty. If they weren't over before. We're definitely done now. Crunch. My monsters are bigger than your monsters. My monsters are bigger than your monsters. Neener. Poor Domri. Domri does not look pleased that our monsters are bigger than his. That. Moving on up. Do. Thanks for the year and a half, Elf King. I appreciate it. Your New Year's Eve is going swell. Let's rock one more with this, and then we'll dive on into some Grixis Spectre as the last deck of the day. Thanks everybody for hanging out. This is day 4 of the Streamathon. Yeah, next 3 days. Gonna be live Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week. And I'm gonna take a couple of days off before we come back again. Easy mulligan. Come on, deck. Just any of these green lands? I guess. We go bottom here. Your Spectre's gonna throw you right back down to the rank floor. Maybe. You cut an island for a Steam Vents. I'll take that into consideration. Well, if there was a card that could ever unmulligan me, it's definitely that one. I thought this hand was a little crummy. Little did I know a couple of crumbs was exactly what the doctor ordered. Oh no! Oh no! Not Doom foretold. Yikes. Alright, well, you know. Let's hit Storm back to the top as quick as possible. Sounds good, Geoff. Which Storm deck, by the way? Historic Storm or Legacy Storm? Legacy, sounds good. It was a fun one. Cats and ovens, Trail of Crumbs, sign me up. Set to go Trail here, and then Goose gets to eat this food, which will then Draw me 2 cards. Historic. Noted pizza. My wife is watching another weird vampire show. Yeah, I think I'm in for a food or another forest at this point. Perfect. How was Legacy this morning? A dumpster fire. I think I need to wait on Journey because they're almost certainly a Teferi deck. So if I play Journey without the ability to sack the thing I put it on right away, there's a good chance they just bounce it and then I lose one of my best grindy cards in this matchup, which would not be ideal. Well, they get to play that card in Doom Foretold now. Yeah, that's... Ain't that a bag of poop? Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. So if they don't have a counterspell here, we're in a good spot. Sick. Nice. Very nice. Alright, who's ready to outgrind a Planeswalker, chat? I know I am. Are you ready, kids? Aye, aye, Captain. I can't hear you. Oh. You're drawing 2 cards per turn? That's cute. What if I draw 6 cards per turn? Does Indestructible stop life gain? It does not. You still deal... Unlike Protection, you still deal damage to things that are indestructible. This deck is Frankenstein's Planeswalker. So it's alternative card advantage. If this deck is wrong, then I don't want to be right. Things are getting a little batty up in here, chat. Alright, your move, Yugi boy. This is all I got. Remember that time they wrathed my board last turn? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Sure. Why not?
Stand by and watch.
Wow, that's rude. Alright, fine. I'll do this now. I'll protect you. I don't even really need the bat, so we'll probably lead on Tomb next turn to potentially bait a counterspell so we can Murderous Rider this Hero of Dominaria, because this thing is heading towards 8, so I do want to try and take it off the table before it becomes too much of a problem. Was that a good draw? Any fun plans for tonight? Nope. My wife and kids are out of town all week, so I am just hanging out with you all. I finished The Witcher on Netflix last night, so my plans for this evening are find something else that's new to watch while I eat dinner and get ready to do this all again tomorrow.
Let's slow this down. Let's skip to the good part.
Y'all ready for things to get a little batty? Yeah, I like the show overall. The first couple episodes, the dialogue was kind of bad, and I'm not a fan of the non-linear story progression that wasn't particularly clear. But overall, I think if you like the fantasy genre, The Witcher show's worth watching. The Expanse, that one's on my list. Yeah, we're gonna drain them out very quickly with Ayara next turn. Do I miss Hex? I do sometimes. Hex did a really good job of getting rid of most of the things that suck about Magic. Their use of the digital design space was really well done too. So I think I'm gonna send these here. If you want to watch a weird vampire show, I can ask my wife for recommendations. I think I'm all right on weird vampires for now. So they could currently Kaya's Wrath me, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass here. My plan is probably Cave of Azul back Ayara at the end of their turn, and then trigger this a bunch to make them sad. I'm heading out to take my lady to dinner for a movie in the new year, but thanks for the great content. Thanks for the tip, Tenorka. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. So this means they're going to get to Wrath me if they want, but that's fine. There's about to be a lot of Ayara triggers here, chat. Oh, and we're going to get to draw like 8 cards, because that's just how this deck works. While you do everything else, you also draw 800 cards. Because why wouldn't it work that way? He's about to get a little batty. The crazy cat lady has a soft spot in her heart for bats, which is nice. How many cards in our deck have we not seen yet? I don't know. Like half. It's like 15. We definitely got to a point last time we played this where we just like knew the contents of our deck from Trail of Crumbs, which is great. Oh no, please don't wrath me, opponent. How will I ever recover if you wrath my board? I will never recover from the incredible card advantage that 4-mana sweepers generate.
Right on schedule. Trust me, I have a plan.
Are they dead? Yeah. They are dead, and my bats don't even have to attack. Oh, this deck's a delight. Delight. All right. Boarded in a bunch of cards. I think I care about Cavalier of Night. Doesn't do anything here. We can get rid of that. They could have Field of Ruin. Field of Rune's legal in this format. That was in standard when it rotated. Need 3 more cuts here. What are my cuts, chat? Jevons, thanks for 18 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. That's true. Maybe I don't need all these trophies. Maybe I don't need the casualties here. Because, like, a lot of their stuff I want to kill is planeswalkers, and, like, Murderous Rider does that, right? And I have plenty of ways to find it. Duress is really good against control decks. Their deck is primarily non-creature spells. Duress effectively reads, look at their hand, take their best card. Yeah, I think I like this. Let's do this. More treks. Thanks you for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. They're a tap out dance deck, I thought. Sure. So, like, one, they will probably have counterspells they bring in out of their sideboard, but two, even if they don't necessarily have counterspells, you could still, like, looking at their hand and taking their best card is good. How do you report someone? You have to Google it. You have to use a third party, you have to have another account on a different website. Like this Ashiok, that would be incredibly annoying, so I'm going to take it away. Do I just go land pass and, like, plan to trophy this Doom Foretold? I think that's the line. Because it looks like I'm just passing to make food, right? Huh? I'm gonna play this tapped and pass. And then my plan here is, well, it was to not have that happen for starters. That's awkward. So I was hoping to have 6 mana worth of things to do this turn. Would really like to draw a cat, huh? I guess cat's not even that good. I don't want to play Ayara out, because I'll just lose it to the Doom Foretold, so just gonna let them do their thing. Probably discarding Castle next turn.
You'll thank me later.
Yeah, Cry's only okay against us. Turning Teferi's down tick into a draw 2 is real disgusting. You can just ditch this. I'm not blocking here because they want to attack and then trade to trade a cry for my Ayara, which I'm not okay with. They want to cry her away. They need a double cry, which they can do thanks to the filter and the Mind Stone here if they wanted.
Here we go.
About to get draw step thought erasured. Duress, sure, just as bad. So if they hadn't had the discard spell there, I was gonna put Journey on Ayara and then Murderous Rider, my own Ayara, to flip it over, because I don't think they can go toe-to-toe long turn with the flip journey. But I think there's a little bit too much picked apart here with the Phyrexian Arena going and us not having a Trail of Crumbs. We're going to have a real hard time from here on out. Oh, I'm taking 2 extra points of damage here. I'm dumb. It doesn't really matter. This game's over. I think I'm happy with how we boarded. The opponent looks to be playing a upgraded version of the Esper Dance deck that was standard legal last season. Earlier this season. Playing goodies like Mindstone and Phyrexian Arena that were the direct to Pioneer, or direct to Historic Prince. The effects while we're sideboarding are almost certainly a client bug. If you look, the effect that's on our cards while we're sideboarding is the opponent's sleeve animation. It is almost certainly not intended. If it was like our sleeve animation, I'd be like, oh, that's probably what they wanted. But the fact that it's our opponent's sleeve animation, yeah, the animation is what, see, this is what our cards were doing, right? It's the opponent's sleeve animation. I assume that's not working as intended. Something, release ready, something. Our sleeve animation looks like this. It's very purple. Okay, we had kind of an aggressive start here. Especially, Phyrexian Arena is going to provide them with cards, but it does also hurt them. So, like, if they don't sweep the board here, we're in a pretty okay spot. And if they do sweep, we get to draw 2 cards, which leaves us not the worst off. Sure. I actually have 5 power in play and can kill this, right?
I am not going to sit this one.
So unless they have spot removal,
Not done yet.
this is just dead. I'm gonna do this. I don't know if this is right, but like they're like pretty close to dead, right? And they have this this Phyrexian Arena in play.
This isn't a fight you can win.
You got it.
Let's try this.
Wonder if they're gonna tuck the other one in here.
You need to take a timeout.
It's a real shame we didn't draw a cat here. If we drew a cat, they'd be dead. They'd be dead, right? Because they'd take 2, 4. Yeah, I think it's worth killing this now. Maybe I'm supposed to resolve Desecrated Tomb there rather than the Goose. Yeah, probably supposed to resolve Desecrated Tomb there rather than the Goose. The fact that they're drawing a card with 8 cards in their hand is kind of good for us. Kind of great, kind of absurd. Nice, Reaper. Hey, Ben C, thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Oh, that lets them sack Arena. That's gross. Cat! I guess I want to kill this because it gets rid of their permanent count in play. Oh, where's my dashboard? For Absy and Seasons Pass, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. I'll get that bumped up when I'm done tonight. I see the deck list again. Exclamation point deck in chat. You can also access the Stream Decker widget on your screen. Oh, this is gonna give me a bat. That's funny. Ashiok down ticking to give me bats is one of the funnier interactions with the way this works.
My dreams dissipate like smoke.
Okay. Magic. We did only lose one cat from that. That is correct. So there's a chance that if I leave a card on top, my opponent tries to go next level and leaves a bad card on top for me. So like the downside, I'm getting a random card regardless. So I should just bottom the bad card so they don't overthink it and then not activate their Ashiok. Another veto here. Like the card, like I said, the card we're getting is random regardless, so we might as well just like guarantee that it's random and not a goose. Not smart. Just get their life in. Thanks. Milled 3 lands in a row. God bless. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just eat this. I'm gonna sack the oven here. Want to use the Trail of Crumbs to generate some cards. So I've put a stop on my upkeep because I'm going to have to sack a Trail of Breadcrumbs next turn, and I want to respond to their Doom Foretold trigger. So in response to their Doom Foretold trigger, I'm going to sack a food, and I'll draw 2 cards with the Trail of Breadcrumbs. So in response to these, I want to do this. Huh? Yeah, I think I pay here and just hope to find a land. And now I can kill this Ashiok in response to their Doom Foretold triggers, which means they just lose their Doom Foretolds. I'm gonna put a stop on their upkeep to do this in response. I'm doing this now so that way if they have a counter spell. Yeah, okay, so now they just like lose their card advantage. And like I have these 3 resources left over here. This game's been kind of miserable, but like we're slogging through it. Thanks for the support, Wiku. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Happy New Year to you and yours as well. Do they have a dance? If they have a dance, we're dead. It's unfortunate. They're mousing over a bunch of stuff, so I think they ripped it. Yeah, not a whole lot we can do about that one. Good game. So, felt like I'm happy with my play of that game. I don't really think there was anything we could really do there. Oh, that was our freebie. I should have just conceded, because playing against that deck is miserable. I miss Field of the Dead in these formats because Field of the Dead makes the decks like the last opponents real bad. I think I'm happy with this. I don't think I'd change anything. I think got a little bit unfortunate in that last game for things to grind out the way they did. A couple of top decks on either side could have made it go in a very different way. I don't think I'd change anything. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and be done for the day. We've been up for almost 9 hours, and I actually ended up forgetting to take a lunch break today. So rather than eat during the last deck, I'm just going to go ahead and call it. Everybody, enjoy your New Year's Eve wherever you're at in the world. I'll be back at 8 a.m. Central Time tomorrow with some more Magic the Gathering. We're going to start with some Moto and roll on into some Arena again. We're going to do some Standard on Arena tomorrow. I'm going to hit one more ad roll at the end to meet my quota, so hang around for that if you're a non-sub to support the stuff if you'd like. Otherwise, see you tomorrow, folks. Everybody enjoy your New Year's Eve. Be safe. Do not drink and drive. Uber is great. Taxis are great. Friends are great. Do not drive intoxicated. It's dangerous for you and for others, so have a good one, folks.